Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a while. So I thought I would share my story of when I got my first turkey. So I got my first turkey last year in 2023 in the spring, and I just happened to be walking by our big kitchen window by the table that looks out over the field, and with a cup of coffee, of course. Today I have tea. I was walking by and I was like, oh, what's that out there? And there was a gob of turkeys. Flock, gob, same thing. And they're out there just milling around. I'm like, oh my word. I didn't have my permit yet, so I get right on the computer and bought my permit right there. All the turkeys were, be bopping around in the field. And then I grabbed the 410 and I grabbed the turkey loads. And I snuck out around the edge of the field. They started moving. We have the upper field, which you can see right out our kitchen window. And then we have the lower field. There's a tree line and a berm in between the two fields. So they were heading from the upper field into the lower field. And they were headed that way, so I snuck out around and I made a wide berth around them. And it was sneaking along the wood line, and they dipped right down out of sight just in time. And on the edge of the field, there's a little road that goes, like, you can take four-wheeler vehicle even. So it's just a little road that goes in between the woods and the field. And in between the two fields, there's like a dip down into a ditch right by the berm. So I snuck around and I hid down in that ditch and just waited for them to come by. I'm like, this just is not gonna happen this way. So I'm sitting there waiting, and Hen goes by, Jake goes by, but I'm like, there's a tom coming. So the tom came by, boom, one shot. Got the tom. He was 25 yards away, probably. And, yeah, I couldn't believe that. One shot, knocked him down. I don't know what he weighed or anything. I didn't weigh him, but... So, that was pretty exciting. I thought to myself, that'll never happen that way ever again, People getting their ghillie hoots on, and... I mean, turkey hunting's a big deal, And I knocked one out of the backyard. I said, everybody's gonna hate me. Just knocking one down while I was having coffee. It's funny. I thought that'll never happen that way again. Well, this year, it almost happened again. But before I tell you this year's story, Ed Jones from Alabama sent us all some beautiful box calls. This one's mine. Mine's the only one with glitter on it, I think. Look how beautiful that is. Just so pretty. See there's a hole right there. You can see that. Anyone here? And here's the striker for it. It's pretty cute. I've never seen a turkey call like this before. So there's the striker for it. Super cute. He sent one for me and each of the kids and one for Joe. And he also sent one for my father and my brother Cy. Not very good at it. I gotta practice some more, but so he sent these last year, and so I can't remember if he sent them after turkey season or I just didn't end up using it because of the circumstances. I don't remember, but either way, I didn't end up using this last year. So once again, this spring, I hadn't bought my turkey permit because I honestly wasn't planning on taking specific time to go turkey hunting because I was just trying to get the garden in, and I thought once I get that in, then I can go fishing or, take the canoe out or something. So I hadn't bought the permit yet. But I'd seen turkeys around. Not at home. I hadn't seen any turkeys here. Get up early one morning, was fixing the coffee, and there were two great big toms. I mean, the biggest toms that I've seen with my own eyes. Right out back. It was nuts. Like, they weren't even out in the field. They came right into the backyard, waltzed right by the garden, just kind of doing their thing. And they were both toms, but one of them was missing a beard. He had a bald spot on his chest. I don't know if they got in a fight or, like, what happened, but anyway, his beard was missing. So, legally, your turkey's supposed to have a beard. So, I could only shoot the one with the beard. So once again, I get right on the computer and I'm like, I'm so glad you could do that online now. So I get on there and I get the permit. And then by that time, Liam had come downstairs and he goes, Mom, he's watching the turkeys, you know, and he's like, they're doing this and they're doing that. And I'm like, yeah, just keep an eye on them. Tell me where they go. But be quiet. Don't make any sudden moves, you know. And he's like, one came right up to the back steps and pecked it. So they were right up to the steps in the backyard. It was crazy. And so get the permit, and then I grabbed the 410. Could not find the turkey loads anywhere to save my life. So I woke Joe up. I'm like, where's the 410s? Turkey loads? Where are they? And he's like, oh, they're out in my Nissan. I'm like, what? So I grabbed his 12 gauge, and by that time, you know, we're obviously being quiet and everything, but it was just that time of day. Like, Sweetie gets up early, and so then people start getting up, and the dogs, of course, know something's going on. They're like, well, what's so interesting outside? And I'm like, oh, just don't bark. So the turkeys are meandering around, and they head off towards the apple trees, and grab the 12 gauge. They're still within range, so I start to head for the bedroom so that I can open the window. Mildred jumps up on the window in the kitchen to look out. Thank goodness she didn't say anything, but when she jumped up there, naturally it spooked the turkeys, so they start kind of like, they were spooked, but they weren't like spooked, like, you know, we're out of here, gone. But so they started trotting towards the apple trees, and I'm like, man, they're gonna get out of range. So I pulled the dog down off the window and run in the bedroom, slide the window up. I'm still in my bathrobe, my slippers. Slide the window up, stick the muzzle out. They're out of range. I'm like, great. But they're not, you know, running way off. So I used this turkey call, because this was, you know, I'd been playing with it and practicing with it. So I grabbed this and made a few calls, and they answered and came back. So they headed back, and one of them held back in the taller grass, and he wouldn't come any further, but he was standing there like watching to see what was going to happen. The other one went around the back side of a brush pile. So I got the gun right out the window, and I have an old blanket on the line and stuff, but there was a space between the end of the blanket hanging on the line and the brush pile, so if the turkey, I could just see his head coming around that brush pile. But again, I had to make sure it was the one that had the beard, so I was waiting, and he stopped and just stood there. And we had a standoff for several minutes, just sitting there, looking at each other. Although he didn't really quite, I don't think he could see me. He just knew something was up, because I wasn't moving. And I just needed that turkey to take like 4 more steps from behind that brush pile, and I could have. But he didn't. We stood there and looked at each other for several minutes. Then he turned around and left. They were gone, so didn't quite get a turkey this year, but that was fun. That got the old blood pumping better than the coffee. Got me a little amped up first thing in the morning. That was exciting. Boy, those were the biggest toms I've ever seen. And Ed also sent another turkey call this year. He just sent this one. Just picked it up at the post office a few days ago. But this one's cool. A pot call, I think he called it. Get a little turkey on the striker. I love his turkeys, they're so cute. I'm terrible at this, I have to practice. This is awful, but... So really cool. I love the turkey calls. They're awesome. They're definitely like heirloom quality. I'm going to be hanging on to these and hopefully passing them on down to the kids. Yep. Oops, says Uncle Ed 2024. Oh, come on. There it goes. So thank you, Mr. Jones, for the turkey calls. Pretty cool. Very nice, beautiful turkey calls. I've never seen any calls like this, ever. Pretty awesome. Tanner, Alabama. So that's my little turkey story. Well, it's been crazy. Got the garden in. Oh, my word, I'm tired. So we had, a couple days ago, we actually had a hailstorm. And, I mean, it was the biggest pieces of hail that I've ever seen. They were like 2-inch balls of hail. I held one up. I didn't get it on camera, but I held one up and it was like, I mean, that big. It was as big, if not bigger than my eye. It's crazy. So far as what I could see out in the garden, one tomato plant bit the biscuit, which honestly I'm surprised. The peppers I think are all okay. There's a couple of other tomatoes that look pretty sad, but only one of them was like annihilated. Got some herbs that I need to replant. And I mean, the hail was just coming down so hard. It hit the ground, bounced up, and hit the windows on the house. That's how hard it was coming down. So, I mean, it blasted some of the bean seeds right out of the ground. I'm sure the carrots and the beets, just, you know, and lettuce, little seeds like that, they probably once that stuff starts sprouting, they're going to come up everywhere instead of where I put them, but got the garden all in. Gotta get those replacement plants if I can find them. I mean, I've got 21 or 22 if you count cherry tomatoes, and 18 peppers. So yeah, I'd like to get some more herbs. Hopefully my dill sprouts, but yeah, so I'll give you a garden tour sometime soon. My garden's right full of rocks. I've been picking some out, but I'll give you a garden tour sometime. Right now it's kind of nasty out. We just had another thunderstorm. I was trying to catch we could see the lightning hitting the mountain out across the way there. That was pretty cool, but I didn't get it on camera. So, alright guys. Well, thanks for tuning in for my little turkey story. Hope you guys are all doing well, and yeah, got some more content coming out soon. I got some different... Get a garden tour coming up. What else? I cannot think this afternoon. I'm tired. I don't know why I'm so tired. I even went to bed early. Alright, well anyways. Get some more videos coming out soon. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll catch you on the next one.